There's no question population growth is impacting life in the Treasure Valley, with new buildings popping up all over town and commute times growing longer. Last week, we heard from Boise Mayor Dave Bieter about housing and homeless issues in the city. And in tonight's State of 208, our Don Nelson asks the mayor about increased traffic problems and how modern transportation could play part in a solution.
Let's talk about the pressure the growth has put on traffic, the grid of the city. You know better than anybody else what used to be a 10-minute drive is now a 15 to 20-minute drive, almost double, depending on what part of town you're going to. Talk a little bit about, some of the things that you're passionate about as far as creating a modern transportation system.
We want pedestrian-friendly streets. We want bike-friendly streets. We meet every month with all the mayors and the county commissioners across the valley in the Treasure Valley Partnership. We may disagree on different issues, but one thing we have unanimity is from Caldwell to Boise, and maybe even beyond, a public transportation system, especially on that rail corridor that's already there serving those cities even without, look at how much it would hit right now, even without service, from Caldwell to Nampa, CWI, the mall, Boise, downtown Meridian, it's all there.
I know a lot of people think it's pretty cool and they're doing it for, let's just call it recreational purposes, but you really believe that people are using it consistently to go from, I work over here and I live over here.
I have an employee on my campaign that commutes by scooter every morning. That's his commute. To the point that he bought a scooter. It's not going to solve every problem, but you take that again. We want as many choices, as many modes as we can. I'm hopeful over time, you have to be, that either state will allow us a local option so we can go to our citizens and say,
so that has to be taken care of a couple blocks away.
Or we have to do it by initiative.
You've always been a big proponent of protecting the foothills.
Absolutely.
Is that still doable in the next 10, 15, 20 years?
I really believe that it is. I really believe that it is. We have about 400 units that are part of, more or less, it's not a hard number, but about 20 years ago, a very involved effort went into the Boise Foothills plan. And it took the better part of 4 years to do it. Developers and neighborhoods and conservation folks and all got together and mapped out a plan that served us really well. We're coming to the end of that plan, and we believe there's no real reason to vary extensively from that. It's a community good. It's a resource that, when you talk about Boise, you talk about the river and you talk about the foothills. Those are our God-given geographic public goods. And I believe strongly that we need to protect those.
Don Nelson, 6 on your side.